the Ron and Fez Show. Here's the toll-free phone number, 866-277-4969.
I like that bumper note that we're playing. Just bam, 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 bam. You know, a lot of these things you can actually get it to the hook.
Well, it's one continuous note, and I feel we can everybody can join up with it at any time.
Bum, 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 was Johnny one note.
Or get hypnotized while we're waiting.
All right, 866-277-4969, 866-277-4969. We're talking about lawsuits. Have you ever been involved with one? For some reason, people are upset that John Edwards, a trial lawyer, half the country right now seems to me like they're trial lawyers. Here's Tim. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys. Well, I've got a slightly long tail, but I'll make it as short as I can.
Sure
I was
as you
the
can.
executor of my dad's estate, and he had no cash, but lots and lots of land and property. And so there was all kinds of...
Can't use that word. So you're going to try to shorten it up for us, and then you curse.
I hope you lose the case, sir.
Frank, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, yeah, when I was younger, we had a family party, and my grandparents didn't exactly get along with my family. And when my grandma showed up, we hadn't seen her in a couple of years. She got out of the car, fell on the sidewalk, broke her arm, and sued my family.
So, now, was it just for the hospital bills, or did she go above and beyond?
I was a kid, so I don't really know what she went for, but I know that it was in the thousands and thousands of dollars as far as my mother had told me.
Wow. All right, and so that ended your relationship with your grandmother, I guess, huh? It's not like you got to hang out with her after that.
I haven't seen her since, and the best part is she stayed and had a great time at the party, and then afterwards we found out later, oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to sue you.
All right, see you later. 866-277-4969. It's just still in the insurance, though. It's not like you're going above and beyond the insurance.
We had a family down the street from us that we weren't allowed to play with their kids because that family was, well, according to my mother, sued everybody for everything. And it's like, if, don't be playing with those kids, don't be involved with them because something could go wrong, and then we'll be in court.
What were their last names?
Their last name?
You're not allowed to say anymore. See, that way you would have heard the whole name before this 1010 The Buzz.
The Franchionis.
All right, 866-277-4969, 866-277-4969. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I'm actually in the midst of suing Victoria's Secret because they won't hire a man.
So you're one of those guys. You want to be involved with, like the guy who sued Hooters because he wanted to become a waitress. You wanted to make that angle. That comes out like that every once in a while where, why can't men be in Playboy? It's just a dumb thing, and somebody gets a lot of heat for themselves.
Someone just decides, all right, here's a way where I can get a little bit of the 15 minutes. Not an entire 15, but just enough to get on the news.
Here is Matt. Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Evening, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
These type of people crack me up. You would think that it's their job. I work in a mall, and we will have some people, they spill a drink or something, where I have people go around, try and find wet spills, try and slip and fall in them, and try and sue the mall I work in for hundreds of thousands of dollars, blaming us, putting the blame on us for not finding this wet spill in this huge mall.
Now, so this is a pretty common thing, and you feel like these people are professional sewers?
Pretty common enough to where if anybody who works for the mall sees a wet spill, we actually have to go to it and, stand on top of it as if it was like a hazardous waste spill. We're blocking off the hallway.
What if you slip, though?
That actually happened to one of the guys who worked, and our boss just kind of hunched him up and said, hey, you want a day off? And he's like, fine.
I've spent an entire lifetime of walking across wet floors, and I've never slipped. I don't understand.
I don't understand it either.
It's water. It's water. Do you fall when you go into a pool? Doesn't happen. I thank you very much, my friend.
These are people that never scrub their kitchen floor at home, I guess.
866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. Here is Bob. Bob, you're on Fez.
Hello?
Yeah, how are you?
Okay. My son was involved in an accident, and of course we're insured. We're insured for hundreds of thousands of dollars through our insurance company, and they tried to litigate. The kid, they were coming home from practice one day, and the kid who was involved in the accident with my son, they were flown to the hospital, and he got some stitches in his head, and he's got a scar, under his scalp and everything, but he really, he's fine. They go.
That's good news. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, that's a good thing. That's true. And they went, played the rest of the season and everything was hunky-dory. And then the insurance company called me and said, can we divulge how much your insurance policy is for? And I said, well, I guess, He said, well, it's standard procedure when somebody files a suit. And I said, well, we've known these people for 10 years. I don't believe it. I can't believe they're doing that.
How much do they want from you?
Well, my policy's for $500,000.
That seems fair.
Yeah, well, it seems that sometimes you shouldn't have too big of a policy because that's how much they want. And sometimes you have to have an umbrella policy because people that you like, if you own a business or whatever, you really have to take care of your personal thing because people go, hey, that guy, look how good his drugstore is doing. I'll sue him on a slip and fall. So what exactly did they sue you for? For the accident or something beyond that?
Well, they're trying to say that he's having, problems and everything.
What, phobias or?
Nightmares and stuff, but yet the kid can't remember the accident.
Yeah. All kids have nightmares. It's not a big thing. Get over it. 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. Here is Dave. Dave, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Cool. Just talking about lawsuits. Have you ever been in one?
Yeah, I was actually a suer of somebody. I was, a couple years ago, I was riding my brand new Harley, and I got hit by another guy in a car, which had one of these insurance special deals in the state of Maryland, where, they've got so many points and everything. And I ended up getting a lawyer and suing and everything, man. I was out of work for almost a year and all this kind of stuff, man. And I only ended up with, a couple grand in cash after it was all said and done. And they got people suing for millions, getting millions over cups of coffee in their lap, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. But I guess if it was in your lap, you'd want to grab a lawyer yourself. I've never thought to myself, hey, I need a lawyer to get even. Maybe I'm a little too old school where I'll just go knock you out. Maybe I'm going about it the wrong way. 866-277-4969. Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I actually, many years ago, got hit on my motorcycle. I ended up suing somebody. And, people think when they sue someone, they're going to be filthy rich. The most I could get was the limit on the guy's insurance. It was only about $300,000.
And then your lawyer got half of that.
I got almost close to that. I got about $293, and your lawyer takes his cut, 33%. People think you sue someone, you're going to be filthy rich. That's not the case,
How long did it take you to get that much, to finally get the money?
I got the money within about a year and a half. Once I was walking, I almost lost my leg, but once I was walking, about a year and a half later, I got my money.
All right, thank you very much, my friend. Here is Joe. Hey, Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, my buddy.
I went to the best Jewish restaurant in Washington, a deli on Wisconsin Avenue near American University, and I pulled in underground, parked there, and I felt myself slipping when I was walking to the elevator, and I slipped, and basically they'd empty the grease trap in front of the elevator. I slipped, I split my chin open, I had to get stitches, but I didn't sue them because I didn't want to close the restaurant down.
Right.
I could have been rich because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you should probably thought to yourself, hey, what about me first? Before those great bagels.
Or you do one of those Cosmo Kramer things where you get a deli sandwich free every day for lunch.
Maybe a muffin. What's the problem with that? Maybe just a morning bagel, something. little something for what you've been through. Here's Christine. Christine, we're talking about lawsuits. How you doing, darling?
Hi. I was involved in an auto accident probably 13 years ago, and I ended up suing the person who hit me because at the scene of the accident, for some reason, nobody was charged with the accident itself.
Oh, so since that didn't happen, since the police didn't say, okay, here's whose fault it was, you could get sued?
No, I sued them so that they would have to pay for the damages to my vehicle so that my insurance wasn't going to be paying out for my injuries.
Right, but so you just for your car, nothing extra?
Well, for my car, for my medical bills, and, well, we hired a lawyer who, of course, threw in extra and called it pain and suffering, and I think it was sort of a lawyer scam because what happened was we had this lawsuit, and then they ended up telling us they would accept a certain percentage if we won, but then if they actually had to file papers to go to court, they would get, like, so much more percentage. And lo and behold, they had to file, but within a day after that, everybody settled. So I felt like it must have been some deal among the lawyers just to file the suit so they can get a more percentage of the take.
All right, thank you very much. Did you follow that one, Fezzi?
Well, I kind of followed it because one time I was in a fender bender. The police came. He wouldn't file a report saying, I wasn't here, I didn't see what happened.
Right.
So I'm not going to say who's at fault. Later on, I got a call from my insurance company saying, listen, we decided you're at fault and we're just going to pay out this guy's repairs. And I'm like, it wasn't my fault. And I was furious with them, even though they were just going to go ahead and pay it themselves.
We don't want anything to do with you.
If we get you on the stand, we know what's going to happen.
You're a mess. Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez Show. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, guys. How are you? I want to tell you just a real quick story that sometimes good lawyers out there had to sue one of my best friends.
What for?
His son threw an object and hit my son in the eye. Cut my son's eye, 19 stitches. We ended up having to sue my best friend, his homeowners insurance, for over $300,000, and my attorney took $2,000.
Now, were you and your best friend able to stay friends through this whole thing?
Yes.
Or? Yeah.
Yep.
See, a lot of people don't realize that is when you have homeowners insurance and your grandmother, falls there, she should sue you. That's what the insurance is for, But a lot of people get offended, like, and take it personal.
Sure. Well, and that's what happened with both wives. My best friend's wife won't talk to me.
Right.
And my wife was upset that I did it, and I said, you know what? It's homeowners. We're not suing our friends.
Right.
We have to do it.
So.
And again, the attorney only took $2,000 of $300,000.
So you should have gave some of the money to your best friend. Like, hey, this was good for all of us. This little thing that happened. Everybody gets to wet the beak.
Took him to dinner.
But the wife's still not talking to you, right, buddy?
Oh, yeah. No, my buddy's wife won't talk to me, won't have anything to do with me.
That's an added bonus.
Well, that's true. All right, guys, take care.
See you, my friend.
Thank you for the call.
Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
I was just calling to, clarify something on that McDonald's case, and I'm not trying to justify it, but the verdict was, nobody knows the facts about that case. So the woman who was actually burned in that case was burned in her private parts, let's put it that way, with a third-degree burn.
John, I take it you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
I can tell.
To me, though, that's like saying the sun is hot.
Exactly. Well, the other thing...
Well, I mean, the coffee doesn't need to be that hot.
No, and the other thing, McDonald's has been warned on several occasions for serving the coffee too hot, and the reason they were serving it so hot was to save money on the hotter you got the water, the actual more money you could save on the amount of grains or whatever you call.
And if that could burn her lap, what happens to her tongue when she puts it in her mouth?
Well, you have to wait, and when you're resting...
Yeah, blow on it.
Well, give me the coffee at the right temperature. Don't make me sit around and blow on it.
Well, you put any guy on that stand and have the same situation happen to him, and I bet you nobody's offended by it, but you never hear that. And the other thing, all these people are complaining about, well, I sued somebody and I got hit on my motorcycle and I was out for a year and I only got X amount of money.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you got hit by the wrong person. I mean, if you want to properly protect yourself, you should carry uninsured motorists, and they have it in every state. And, that's insurance coverage that protects you from getting hit by the guy with 5 DUIs who doesn't have proper coverage.
Thank you, my friend.
Because the drunk driver never gets hurt in those accidents. They just roll with it.
You're one of those people, though, when you hear, like, somebody suing a McDonald's or a large corporation, you're always thinking, like, hey, he's trying to rip the rest of us off.
Yeah, especially like any of those obesity suits.
Yeah, but that's, again, McDonald's in the long run is probably going to have to change the way they do business. But I'm always surprised that people get mad when they hear of, like, a hospital getting sued. Somebody could have something where they can't have kids or they lose their hearing. And yet, I mean, when it really comes down to it, if it's something like your hearing or your health, no amount of money is going to make you feel better unless you get a full 100% comeback on it. I mean, if you think of what is your site worth to you, you wouldn't sell it for $5 million, $10 million, not $100 million. Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, just wanted to call. I got hit back in the 80s by a car salesman from a local Tampa car salesman. He was inebriated. It was like 2:30 in the morning. I had a couple of beers.
Was this you?
I don't think it was me.
He hit me from behind.
Yeah,
and I remember.
It was you, Fez. But he hit me from behind, and I was like, I wasn't hurt. Just, kind of glad the guy didn't get hurt as well. He was bleeding a little bit, but did about $5,000 worth of damage to my vehicle, and I wasn't hurt at all. And about 4 weeks later, the attorney for the Harry, let's just say that, car dealership, called me and offered me $50,000 not to take it to court. I said, I don't even have an attorney, but I got a check.
All right, thank you very much.
No attorneys involved.
None involved. Just straight up stuff. All right, thank you, my friend.
I said, okay, thanks.
All right, here is Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, I'm great, guys. How you doing?
Cool.
Good. I sued my father-in-law. I was on his back deck at a barbecue, and I slipped and pulled my back.
Uh-huh.
So I sued him. And I won.
Yeah.
Well, I won the battle, but I guess my wife or ex-wife won the war.
What happened?
She got all the money back, basically. Yeah, kind of hurt.
It's the circle of life.
Now, was he just furious with you?
He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy.
Yeah,
but I've gone to a lawyer today I'm going to sue Fez.
For what?
Distress. You know you did.
Yeah. Fez is known that.
You can't sue someone for not calling you.
He feels the way he feels. He's sorry, but the heart does what it wants. And he's a slave to his own heart. All right, we're going to take a break here. 866-277-4969. Talking about that living room makeover that we're doing, Fez, getting ready for football season.
That's right. Value City Furniture of Falls Church. They're going to pimp out someone's living room. Now, that's going to include furniture for the living room, painting supplies and labor, window treatments, and, of course, their own Raphael is going to offer his own interior design expertise.
So if you want a brand-new living room on us, write to ronandfez@AOL.com, ronandfez@AOL.com. We are giving away a new living room all in time for football season. And Fez, football season is coming fast.
It really, really is. I already got, this is something I'll go ahead and throw this out to the gamblers out there. The new Mark Lawrence Against the Spread is out there on newsstands now. And this thing has all the trends that happen in pro and college football. It's my betting Bible.
And you're excited about that, huh?
I'm excited about it because it finally got here on the newsstands this week. So now I've just been reading up on everything. I can't wait for football season.
We'll be right back in a few moments. It's the Ron and Fez Show.